Hi, how you doing? This is Kim. I'm going to read you from the Urantia book. First, we read from a little bit of The Light of the Flame. There's a daily reading in here. Today, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all those Valentines out there. And if you don't have a Valentine, well, then I would say don't give up. I'm sure there's somebody out there who may be your soulmate. Okay. All right. So this is a little reading from Saint Gertrude of Helfda. On this holy night, with sweet dew falling on all the world, may my soul walk in your courtyard, wholly exposed, prepared for the mystical birth. On this night of tender love, may we meet wholly, and I see coming into being before me our divine child. Okay, so may my soul walk in your courtyard, wholly exposed, so I'm completely naked to you. You can see my insides and my outsides. On this night of tender love, may we meet wholly, like completely, and see coming into being before me our divine child. So let's conceive a child together. Let's have a baby. That sounds nice. Okay. All right. Been there, did that. All right. Twice I did that. Anyway, that's, Okay, so we're on paper 189, the resurrection of Jesus. And part 1 is the Urantia transit. At 2:45 Sunday morning, the Paradise Incarnation Commission, consisting of 7 unidentified Paradise personalities, arrived on the scene and immediately deployed themselves about the tomb. Okay, the Paradise Incarnation Commission. At 10 minutes before 3, intense vibrations of commingled material and Urantia activities began to issue from Joseph's new tomb. And at 2 minutes past 3 o'clock, this Sunday morning, April 9th, AD 30, the resurrected Urantia form and personality of Jesus of Nazareth came forth from the tomb. So it took them 12 minutes. What was going on in that 12 minutes? I don't know. Okay. After the resurrected Jesus emerged from his burial tomb, the body of flesh in which he had lived and wrought on earth for almost 36 years was still lying there in the sepulchre niche, undisturbed and wrapped in the linen sheet, just as it had been laid to rest by Joseph and his associates on Friday afternoon. Okay, so he didn't resurrect that body. He has taken instead his Urantia form. Okay. So the body is still there. Neither was the stone before the entrance of the tomb in any way disturbed. The seal of Pilate was still unbroken. The soldiers were still on guard. So the seal of Pilate, I imagine this comes some kind of paper or some kind of thing that would, if it was the only way you could get in there was to break this thing, or like barrier, something between like the stone and but something you wouldn't, nobody would be able to get through, so they can tell if somebody was in there. Okay. The temple guards had been on continuous duty. The Roman guard had been changed at midnight. None of these watchers suspected that the object of their vigil had risen to a new and higher form of existence, and that the body which they were guarding was now a discarded outer covering, which had no further connection with the delivered and resurrected Urantia personality of Jesus. Okay, so this is at like 3 in the morning, at 2:45. Yep, and then we're talking about 3 o'clock Sunday morning. Right. Okay. Mankind is slow to perceive that in all that is personal, matter is the skeleton of Urantia, and that both are the reflected shadow of enduring spirit reality. How long before you will regard time as the moving image of eternity? Time is the moving image of eternity, and space as the fleeting shadow of paradise realities. I don't know. How long before I can regard it like that? Interesting. As far as we can judge, no creature of this universe, nor any personality from another universe, had anything to do with this Urantia resurrection of Jesus of Nazareth. On Friday, he laid down his life as a mortal of the realm. On Sunday morning, he took it up again as a Urantia being of the system of Satania in Norlashadek. There is much about the resurrection of Jesus which we do not understand, but we know that it occurred as we have stated, and at about the time indicated. We can also record we can also record that all known phenomena associated with this mortal transit or Urantia resurrection occurred right there in Joseph's new tomb, where the mortal material remains of Jesus lay wrapped in burial cloths. Okay, so whatever stuff went on, all known phenomena associated with this mortal transit or Urantia resurrection occurred right there in the tomb. We know that no creature of the local universe participated in this Urantia awakening. We perceived the 7 personalities of paradise surrounded the tomb, but we did not see them do anything in connection with the Master's awakening. Just as soon as Jesus appeared beside Gabriel, just above the tomb, the 7 personalities from paradise signaled their intention of immediate departure for Uversa. Okay, so it's done now. We can go back. Okay. No creature of the local universe participated in this Urantia awakening because the beings of Nebadon can't do anything for their master because he created them. So the creature can't, create the creator, something like that. Okay. There were 7 personalities in the paradise around the tomb. But they didn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, Jesus appeared beside Gabriel above the tomb. Not in the tomb. All of a sudden, he was just above the tomb. Okay, so all of a sudden, he was just there. And then the 7 Paradise personalities, the Paradise Incarnation Commission, took back off for Uversa. Okay? Let us forever clarify the concept of the resurrection of Jesus by making the following statements. His material or physical body was not a part of the resurrected personality. When Jesus came forth from the tomb, his body of flesh remained undisturbed in the sepulchre. He emerged from the burial tomb without moving the stones before the entrance and without disturbing the seals of Pilate. He did not emerge from the tomb as a spirit, nor as Michael of Nebadon. He did not appear in the form of the Creator Sovereign, such as he had before his incarnation in the likeness of mortal flesh on Urantia. He did not appear in the form of the Creator Sovereign. So I guess he has a form that doesn't look like the flesh body of Jesus, and that is his creator form of the Creator Sovereign. So he didn't appear like that. Right. Okay. He did not come forth from the tomb of Joseph. He did come forth. He did come forth from the tomb of Joseph in the very likeness of the Urantia personalities of those who, as resurrected Urantia ascendant beings, emerged from the resurrection halls of the first mansion world of this local system of Satania. And the presence of the Michael Memorial in the center of the vast court of the resurrection halls of Mansonia number 1 leads us to conjecture that the Master's resurrection on Urantia was in some way fostered on this, the first of the system mansion worlds. Okay, the Master's resurrection on Urantia was fostered on the first of the system mansion worlds. Okay, so that's the first mansion world is when we wake up after we die, after where we all go. So he came forth just like any other Urantia being would. Just like we would if after we had died. He came forth in the likeness of the Urantia personalities of those who, as resurrected Urantia ascendant beings, emerged from the resurrection halls. Okay. The first act of Jesus on arising from the tomb was to greet Gabriel, and instruct him to continue in executive charge of universe affairs under Emmanuel. And then he directed the chief of the Melchizedeks to convey his brotherly greetings to Emmanuel. He thereupon asked the Most High of Urantia for the certification of the Ancients of Days as to his mortal transit. So he wants a report of kind of, okay, what happened when I was asleep or when I was occupied? What's been going on when I was here on Urantia? And turning to the assembled Urantia groups of the 7 mansion worlds, here gathered together to greet and welcome their creator as a creature of their order, Jesus spoke the first words of the post-mortal career. Said the Urantia Jesus, having finished my life in the flesh, I would tarry here for a short time in transition form, that I may more fully know the life of my ascendant creatures and further reveal the will of my Father in paradise. So that's after he was resurrected. He was on earth like 40 days. Right. After Jesus had spoken, he signaled to the personalized adjuster and all universe intelligences who had been assembled on Urantia to witness the resurrection were immediately dispatched to their respective universe assignments. Okay, it's good to see you all. Everybody's here. Thanks for your support and what's been going on since I've gone. And okay, yeah, everything seems to be in order. So, go back to your duties. I'm going to stay here for a little while yet, and I'll see you back in heaven. All right? Yeah. Okay, good. Jesus now began the contacts of the Urantia level, being introduced as a creature to the requirements of the life he had chosen to live for a short time on Urantia. This initiation into the Urantia world required more than an hour of Earth time and was twice interrupted by his desire to communicate with his former associates in the flesh as they came out from Jerusalem, wonderingly, to peer into the empty tomb to discover what they considered evidence of his resurrection. Okay. So he's going to the Urantia level. So he's being, this is like what a normal dead person would be introduced to. This is kind of like an orientation of the Urantia stuff. So twice, though, that orientation is interrupted by, what's going down on there on Earth. They're looking at, they're looking in the empty tomb, right? Now is the mortal transit of Jesus, the Urantia resurrection of the Son of Man, completed. The transitory experience of the Master as a personality midway between the material and the spiritual has begun. And he has done all this through power inherent within himself. No personality has rendered him any assistance. He now lives as Jesus of Urantia. And as he begins this mortal Urantia life, the material body of his flesh lies there undisturbed in the tomb. The soldiers are still on guard, and the seal of the governor about the rocks has not yet been broken. Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, so he's just in. So his Urantia self is out being orientated to the Urantia situation, and his body is still back in the tomb. So what happens there? Why did they find an empty tomb? We got to find out about that next time. Thank you very much. Bye.